Good evening and welcome. My name is Moureen Babirye with my colleague Mohammed Mogalu on Sign Language. The day is Sunday, the 22nd of March 2026. And in our first report, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education and Sports, Kedres Tiriagende, has said that Ministry of Education has started transforming Uganda's youth into innovators through the competence-based curriculum. At Trinity College Nabingo, students have proved that the future of Uganda has moved beyond theory into real-world application. Take a look.
The government has designed the education system to produce innovative learners. The message was delivered by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education and Sports, Kedres Tiriagende, during a science fair at Trinity College Nabingo.
At its curriculum pair, it was focusing on empowering women and the community and national development. So my key message was that one, the government of Uganda is focused on empowering that the education system delivers what it should. It is a product of the system that have both the mental capacity, but also the competencies, the value and attitudes that can help them contribute to the national development.
The theme was empowering the girl child through innovation and creativity for sustainable development.
So the ladies have come up with different projects basing on subject level, then clubs. We have projects like for chemistry, we have had a project about sustainable energy use. Then we have had projects from ICT, like we have had a Smart Zebra, which is an innovation from these students. We have had projects for mathematics, for example, modeling of sustainable fish farming.
My project was about an electric power-free generator with a DC motor, which converts mechanical energy to electrical energy using wind power. I come from Kabale, my village is in Kabale, and where I live in Kabale, there is no electricity. Our power lines from Kabale town don't stretch that far. So my project can harness the strong winds in Kabale and use it to create electricity for those people who can't afford to extend electricity lines to their homes.
STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics Club, and we have won Best Club Award, and I'm very excited. The project we had was a robot with light intensity sensors, humidity sensors and temperature sensors, best for use for agricultural purposes, people with greenhouses. You get to know that the temperature is below optimum or the humidity is below optimum, or maybe the light intensity is above optimum.
The head teacher, Ruanga Immaculate, said the annual fair is a platform for equipping girls with skills needed to drive national development.
This fair has been put up in order to help students exhibit their talents, first of all, but most importantly, to bring classroom knowledge to visibility, to reality, to practical work, to show the projects that relate to the classroom knowledge to the world of work, that can come up with projects that can sustain them when they join the community and help the large community to grow or develop.
Now, State House Poverty Alleviation Department has donated cassava cuttings and coffee seedlings to farmers in Adjumani district. The Northern Region Coordinator, Stella Yamangusho, told UBC that the initiative boosts food production and improves household incomes.
State House Poverty Alleviation Department has distributed cassava cuttings and coffee seedlings to selected farmers in Adjumani with the objective of strengthening food security and improve livelihoods. Northern Region Poverty Alleviation Department Coordinator Stella Yamangusho advised farmers to focus on crops they understand well and those that grow fast to ensure quick returns and food sustainability.
For the accomplishments of the activities that we've had today, from coffee, now we are on cassava cuttings. We have brought cassava cuttings today to farmers. The rains have just started. This is for food security. These ones are 251 bags of cassava cuttings that we have brought to this place. They were brought from Namulonge. We want all farmers to grow so that this becomes food. Agriculture, according to the way history has it in Uganda, is the backbone of Uganda's economy. And it's not only the backbone, it also feeds our families. So there is no way we are going to dodge going to the garden. Even if you dodge, you will feel hungry. So it's even better we first dig to get food, and then we dig to get income.
Leaders said the intervention comes at a time when the region is receiving rains to enable farmers plant.
Farmers of Adjumani must ensure that they take advantage of the rains that have come and ensure that they begin planting crops such as cassava, which have ready market in this area. And I think we should also plant other crops and make use of these inputs being delivered to us more positively, so that they can do more, they can engage more in agriculture. Because agriculture here is in this area, Mungula Parish, Itirika Sub-County, Aukus John, the surrounding areas here, the pattern of weather here is slightly different from the rest of Adjumani. And I think this is very good, so they should work hard to do more agriculture.
The recipient farmers said the initiative saves money they would invest in buying cuttings and seedlings.
I'd like to thank the government of Uganda, especially His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, for the support he is giving the people of Adjumani to eliminate poverty. And also I need to thank Madam Joan for her kind support, for trusts which she has given to the people of Adjumani to deliver this coffee for us.
Authorities insist on proper crop selection and effective use of rainy season for farmers to achieve food security. Mike Bakablindi for UBC.
Now from Adjumani, we take you to Iganga, where the inspector of schools there is concerned over parents disengaging from educating their children, leaving responsibility to the state. He was speaking during the handover of utilities and scholastic materials donated by the Hongmen Africa Alliance to pupils of Magogo Primary School in Iganga District.
Education stakeholders in Busoga have raised concern over low parental involvement in schools. The Iganga District Inspector of Schools says many parents are leaving responsibility to government. The remarks were made during a donation at Magogo Primary School. Busoga Education Initiative has lobbied for support to Magogo Primary School in Nawango, Bisabu County, Iganga District.
We are here today to show everybody what we do at Busoga Education Initiative. Busoga Education Initiative is a voluntary organization where we get together as Busoga to ensure that we improve the quality of education. It's not a government organization, it is a voluntary organization where people come together and say, enough is enough, so that we're going to start moving forward. That's all.
Chinese charities working in Uganda, including the Hongmen Africa Alliance, donated scholastic materials and food items to improve the welfare of pupils who failed to access basic educational necessities.
I think we just start around 2 years, not a very long time, but we have visited school around 3 times. Are helping around 20 schools. So yesterday we come here, we bring maize flour and sanitary pads for students. I'm saying about quality education, about environment, or about food. Some students, because of don't have food here, so they always cannot go for school. But for me, I think education is a very important thing for them.
It has been solo. We believe learners are going to improve in their performance, and at the end of the year, we shall realize results in primary reading exams.
Despite this, schools continue to face shortages affecting performance.
Our learners in schools, they go without midday meal. Also in Busoga, you find that children, they come to school, they study, but they don't get anything to eat. They go hungry, and sincere learning can't take place with a person who is hungry. But Busoga Initiative came with that program which of supporting some few selected schools.
The leaders are now calling for more support.
Our request from the government is that they should give us more classrooms to capture the overwhelming numbers of learners in this school.
Our children were not fed at school. The school is not fenced.
The Inspector of Schools in Iganga District, Joshua Waibi, says parental responsibility and involvement remains critical to improve the quality of education.
That, but it's not enough. But we also go to villages, the parents, and we say self-help, where they can support sincerely. We call upon parents to support the schools. Not look for the government, that is the government can give each and everything. But we follow them and they come and give support to add on whatever the government is giving.
Teachers were also awarded to appreciate their commitment to teaching. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
In other news, NRM supporters in Rwenzori and Toro sub-regions have celebrated the party's victory, with leaders urging youth to embrace government programs. These celebrations at Boma Grounds in Kasese town brought together party leaders and NRM Changed Youth, who pledged support to the ruling party. We have a report.
My challenge to you, the leaders of NRM and other leaders of the government, please, let's refocus the energies of the youth. We shall achieve much more as a country and take our country to where we want it to be.
Kitsko wasima, the NRM Changed You. Moses with your team, Iwasima Hutsip. Nzako wasima muno. In fact, when Moses converted from Nup to NRM, we welcomed him. Kanangande musima Hutsip, matarwa UN. So he played a very big role to look for others. Akarondia aba youthi abaenda nabo mwanup eriba suburia akabaleta mu NRM.
NRM, we encourage you, are still energetic, and youth work and mobilize for NRM, because NRM is there for you. Now there is a song. Ibamutu wachika struggle ayeruwebisha corruption. President Museveni and NRM leaders have fought and have done such delivery, but the only challenge we still have is corruption. And why is corruption here? It's you and me, because you have failed to fight corruption.
If you are engaged in agriculture, we are going to educate you on how you can make money through agriculture. And we will pay for you. For example, if you are engaged in the coffee, we shall not pay for you coffee. You plant the coffee. After 3 to 4 years, you will not be the same youth.
Welcome as you do the system, teach us the ideologies of NRM so that we can catch up together. Other than saying, please come and support us, with us. Let us push this as a committee of NRM. Don't ask who has done this, where has he bust. Let us work hand in hand and see that really, if in 2031, we pray a victory.
Isingiro District Inspector of Schools, Alinda Sarah, has said that the cooperation between district leaders and schools will account for improved academic performance. She was speaking during a Thanksgiving at Boni Konsili Girls Vocational Secondary School in Isingiro District.
Education leaders in Isingiro have attributed improved performance to strong leadership and parent support.
When we analyze the performance of secondary schools and primary schools, the performance greatly improved. Mostly the involvement of parents in supporting their students, even the committed staff, the leadership of the schools. That's where we have the head teacher and the board of governors. We as Isingiro District, most education department, we have totally supported our schools.
This was during a Thanksgiving ceremony.
We are celebrating the remarkable achievements of our students in the year 2025, that is Uganda Certificate of Education, UCE, and Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education, USCE examinations. Is the opportunity to thank God for his abundant blessings upon each one of us. I was very happy to see each and every person coming here at the altar, offering the little he or she has. May God reward you abundantly.
The event featured a Holy Mass and confirmation of learners from St. Joseph Primary School, St. Mary's Kashai Primary School, and Boni Consedi Girls Vocational Secondary School.
Let us endeavor to be friends of Jesus, like these sisters of Lazarus from Bethany, as they were friends of Jesus. And Jesus was always there for them. They have been there for him in his journeys. He used to pass by their home and get something to drink and proceed to Jerusalem.
Religious leaders called for faith and patience.
Let us trust him. He will always be there to listen to our pleas. He will listen to our prayers, to our cries, and he's there to embrace us and console us. Ahabukuba ebintu byona nabikola kurungi.
School administrators praised parents for their support.
Now, 63 sat for their final exams. Their performance has been very commendable, and all of them will find their way to higher institutions.
Best performing students were awarded.
And the numbers are rising. Last year we had 685, but now we have 900.
The country coordinator of African Centers of Lightning Education Network in Uganda, Barnabas Kantambida, has highlighted efforts to improve lightning safety in schools. He says the current situation of lightning strikes in Uganda remains among the most vulnerable situations during the rainy season.
A growing number of lightning incidents reported in schools across Uganda this term has sparked concern among education stakeholders. Learners face risks during heavy rains. The African Center for Lightning Education Network in Uganda shows that this school term alone, several incidents of lightning have been reported with the cases of learners injured during thunderstorms, raising fresh concern among parents and education stakeholders.
In Rinyanya, 18 kids were struck once by one strike, and several of them were injured. And even other areas, many kids have died because of lightning. So we have taken our cause into school.
But there is misconception among public who associate lightning with witchcraft, where such beliefs hinder efforts to promote safety measures.
People still have myths. They don't think and they don't believe that lightning is scientific. They think, they think lightning happens because of certain things. Some believe it is witchcraft, some believe it is because of colors they put on, some believe lightning can be sent to you, someone can send it to you, some believe it is a curse. So the myths are a big problem to us, because to educate a person from what his or her grandparents taught him, and you uproot it in just 1 month or 1 day, it becomes a bit hard for us.
Kakuuto has installed lightning arresters in selected schools to reduce incidents of death, injury and property damage caused by lightning.
We do protect schools, and not all schools, but those that have been affected, and majorly when funds allow us.
However, he expressed concern over limited financial resources, noting that inadequate funding is greatly affecting the organization's ability to extend its services to more schools across the country. He said the high demand for lightning protection systems far outweighs the available resources, leaving many vulnerable schools unsupported.
We have not yet gotten enough strength, capital muscle, to move wherever we want, to educate all the public. And also, the buildings that have been built majorly in schools are not protected. Not only schools, but even our families are not protected.
The managing director of Kakuuto, Professor Mary Ann Cooper, called for collaboration with the government to equip schools with standard lightning protection systems.
My other plea is to the government that they will take this seriously, that they will help us, that they will help us with the education that we're doing, with the public education, and that they help us put lightning protection in all the schools and make sure that it is modern lightning protection. Many schools think they are protected because they have one arrestor on the roof. That's not modern lightning protection.
The organization is also conducting community sensitization programs to educate students, learners and local leaders on lightning safety measures.
And we thank even the government of Uganda that now is giving us an upper hand. The First Lady is carrying this and doing it very perfectly. And her message is spreading over the country.
Amoy Vanjuko and Kenneth Tanaba for UBC.
Thank you. Now we'll take a short commercial break and return with business.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. Huh? For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later. Huh?
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
It's back, bigger, and with more business opportunities. It's the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo, Poate 2026, Uganda's flagship tourism event. Poate 2026 will take place from the 21st to the 23rd of May 2026 at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, under the theme Wanderlust. It's your time to thrive. Yes, it's your time to tap into Uganda's renewed optimism and tourism growth. Tourism stakeholders, travel trade partners, and tourism enthusiasts will be part of the Poate 2026. Come and network with like-minded people and unlock new business opportunities. To participate, register at www.poate.co.ug. Poate 2026 is brought to you by Uganda Tourism Board and partners.
For 100 years, Nyakasura School has shaped minds, built character, and raised generations of leaders.
My name is Patrick Bitature. I'm the chairman of the alumni, and I am delighted to be telling you today that on the 26th of March, we celebrate something truly extraordinary. We have invited His Excellency, the President of Uganda, to come and join us as we mark 100 years of this school. So I call upon every old boy to make a contribution. Whatever it takes, let's make this a historic moment.
Send your donation to Equity Bank account 101320303891. For details, contact Samuel Kazova on 0772636293. Nyakasura School, celebrating 100 years of excellence.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential. With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. Huh? For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later. Huh?
Daddy, Why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Welcome back. You're still watching UBC News Tonight with me, Moureen Babirye, and my colleague Mohammed Mogalu in Sign Language. In business, DFCU Bank and Meta have launched an asset financing partnership to enhance access to tractors by meeting only 10% the initial deposit. This was at Kakuuto Sugar Factory in Jinja. Take a look.
Tractors. We have two models here, the 95 HP and the 75 HP. The beauty about this thing now, we have come with a bank which is going to help our farmers be able to purchase our equipment. We have the FCU Bank. They are giving this equipment at 10%. The initial deposit is 10%. Then the farmer will pay every after 6 months. We have various equipment. The smallest we have right now is a 75 HP. A farmer can get 12 acres per day. What I mean by 12 acres a day, from 7 to 6. Those are 12 hours. So 12 hours, 12 acres.
It commands 13,000 farmers, those that supply Kakuuto Sugar Limited with sugarcane. We come from 7 districts of Busoga, so we are very big. It is a very big number. Today, I really appreciate the partnership journey that we have started today with DFCU Bank and Meta Group for what they have brought to us to see that we give them to our farmers on loan so that they can be of high productivity. We expect these tractors to be used to see that farmers, first of all, they grow cane in time. 2, they get high production. 3, we sustain all the factors that we have in the region. It's the government to ensure that sugarcane we get market. So all the sugar that is being produced by all the factories in the country, the government has to see that the neighboring countries and beyond, they take our sugar.
In northern Uganda, residents have been urged to embrace the film industry as a source of jobs and cultural employment. This was during the 2026 Film Competition Awards by Uganda Communications Commission in collaboration with MultiChoice Uganda in Arua City.
Residents of northern Uganda have been urged to embrace the film industry as a source of employment. The call was made during the Regional Film Competition Awards in Arua City. The Uganda Communications Commission says the sector can create jobs and promote culture.
The Regional Film Competition platform is not the end. We have seen past participants move on to submit films to national level at the Uganda Film Festival, secure commercial contracts for corporate productions. Last year, one regional participant who did not even win first place later received a contract to produce digital content for a local NGO after their work was noticed by a judge.
He also criticized the parents who discourage children from joining the industry.
So many of us parents still despise the industry. A single feature film production may employ over 100 people, including actors, editors, cinematographers, makeup artists, costume designers, transport providers, and catering services, etc.
Arua resident city commissioner Betty Akello called for collective support.
The government of Uganda recognizes the film industry as a powerful economic tool with vast potential for 1, job creation, tourism promotion.
Acholi and Lango dominated the awards as participants say the competitions are helping to grow talent.
Last year I attended the regional film festival held at Lira Hotel, and I told myself that next year I should be up there also on that stage.
And we made proposals for UCC to initiate regional film competitions so that we can compete within ourselves at our level.
Creative Hub, Gulu, and CC Film Lab, we are so honored to receive this. Thank you, UCC. Thank you, MultiChoice.
Joseph Fodama, UBC News.
In other news, the media has been challenged to take a leading role in addressing climate change as Uganda joins global efforts to respond to the crisis. We have more on climate crisis.
We are having this discussion.
The media has been challenged to take a leading role in addressing climate change. This was during a climate governance panel discussion in Kampala.
Why we are facing global warming, why we face these climate change issues. We are seeing floods everywhere. That's why we chose youths and we chose to do this event so that people can be educated on what is going on Earth.
The young people must be involved in the finding the solution of these problems from climate change.
Experts say the media must provide accurate and factual information to support climate action.
We should have programs on television where people have awareness every day, and it should be like a daily program. Let it be on radio or on any nation media that can have coverage.
Participants questioned the effectiveness of global systems in achieving net zero emissions by 2050. Developed countries have also been urged to fulfill commitments to the Loss and Damage Fund.
Developed countries are supposed to provide us with the Loss and Damage Fund. They are, because they are the biggest contributors of green gas emissions. As Africa at large, we only contribute less than 1%.
But I think also now when it comes back to us as journalists, yeah, I think there are gaps in tracking the money. We are not tracking the money from where it's coming from to where it is being channeled out and to also the final beneficiaries.
Experts warn that misinformation continues to undermine climate awareness. Now, teachers in Kakuuto constituency, Chotera district, are raising concern over harsh working conditions, calling for more government schools to improve access to education. We have a report.
The concerns were raised during a meeting with MP-elect Kakalubega Ismail Uthman.
So we need to improve the welfare of our staff at school. If we engage in different projects, some schools have land.
The challenge that Accessory Town Council, we lack government schools and we even lack government-aided schools at all levels. Let it be primary, let it be secondary. There is no government-aided school.
As schools, we have challenges. We have challenges like buildings, desks. We lack desks, we lack buildings enough.
The area is also battling high HIV/AIDS prevalence, while floods have destroyed infrastructure and slowed development. Health services remain poor, with some residents forced to seek treatment in Tanzania.
The biggest challenge that again we have is those ones, especially the students who can try as much as possible to see that they access schools. They have to move a very long distance from Kasensero landing site, so which is a bit risky because you know very well the history of Kasensero. This is where the first HIV victim was diagnosed way back in the 1980s.
Teachers say learners walk long distances, exposing them to accidents and sexual violence, leading to dropouts and early pregnancies.
And most of these female students who go for school, at times they face that challenge of finding people who are after them. All of a sudden, if they don't marry them, they impregnate them. If not so, they end up getting HIV and AIDS.
He says the situation is affecting learning and increasing school dropout rates. The MP-elect pledged to improve education and livelihoods.
To see that I work upon those challenges. One of them, they don't have enough classes, they don't have desks in classes. So I will try to lobby in the government. I will talk with NGO, international NGOs, so that they can give me a hand and we solve that problem of lack of enough equipment in schools.
He says plans are underway to link the area to government programs.
I pledged during my campaigns of constructing a printer house in Mayanja Primary School. That printer house will help all the schools in Kakuuto, because so many parents were complaining about the fees they are asking them for examinations. The bond we have built today will help me to be discussing with them so that we can solve some of the problems.
Residents have also been encouraged to embrace programs like PDM and Myoga.
Cultural activities, I want to give them more coffee seedlings. I want to give them poultry.
He calls on communities to use the initiatives to boost incomes.
Discussed with the head teachers that we are going to start up a circle. That circle will be responsible by me as a member of parliament elect for Kakuuto. I'm going to put some money in that circle and I will try to lobby for them in the Ministry of Finance. I will talk with my senior, the Vice Chairman of Uganda, Alhaji Honorable Haruna Kiunekasolo, being my chairman of NRM in Kakuuto. I will also ask or request him to add in more funds in that circle.
Leaders remain hopeful the interventions will improve education and livelihoods in Kakuuto.
And now in sports, the day for training for Wanyange girls chess team was packed with games. In contest 1, Shalom completed her route on the fellow team A players. She stands at 3-0, 3-0 and 2-1. The contest 2 game, Gracious rounded up Natasha and Francesca in Blitz 2+1 second. In contest 3, Brian Mutiwa, the coach, avenged Felicity, Agnes and Gracious's losses on Shalom, beating her 3-0. Contest 4 was Hot with Agnes winning 2-1 against Felicity in games that were running down to 10 seconds to end. In Contest 5, Ngonzi continued moving forward with a 1.5 to 0.5 win against Elisha. Contest 6, Empire S1 kicked off with a win against Yeko S3. Contest 7, Francesca reined her anger from Gracious on Shama. Contest 8, Renette lost 1-2 to Avola. Contest 9, Queen thumped Constance 3-0. Contest 10, Nakakawa and Rihanna saw a 1-0 in favor of Rihanna. Contest 11, Naima beat Petra to show seniority. There were breathtaking games as Wanyange Girls School Chess Club members prepared for the road to Mbarara for the Father Grimes National Chess Schools Chess Championships in May. And that brings us to the end of our bulletin tonight. Thank you so much for your audience. My name is Moureen Babirye with my colleague Mohammed Mogalu on Sign Language. I'll see you at 10.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Buza Commissioner.
Welcome to Buza Commissioner. Dear viewers, our first question tonight is from one of our viewers who asks this: what safeguards does URA have in place to ensure that assessments are fair, transparent, and reflective of the actual value of goods? Dear viewer, thank you for this very important question. Safeguard number one is the fact that our tax system is based on self-assessment. What does this mean? It means that you, the importer, you have absolute control and power to declare and pay the right amount of tax without a shilling more or less. And what is expected of you as an importer? For you to pay the right amount of tax without any interference from anybody is that you're expected to declare and provide evidence of the amounts paid and the quantities imported for these goods, and based on that, you pay the taxes. Safeguard number 2, besides the principle of self-assessment, is the methods we use to arrive at the tax to be paid. The international standards of world trade give us 6 established methods of arriving at a value, the right value for the goods imported. And method number 1 is called the transaction value. The transaction value relies on the documents that you used in procuring these goods. And therefore, all you have to do is to provide the authentic documents and the supporting documents that confirm that really this is the amount that was paid. And using method 1, we will arrive at the right amount of tax and you'll pay the fair amount of tax. What are the documents expected from you to know that these are authentic? The first set of documents are the commercial documents. The commercial documents include documents like the invoice, like the packing list, like the sales contract, like the purchase order. The moment you provide authentic documents, we will go by those documents. But the second type of documents are what we call the financial documents. These are the evidence of these are the evidence documents for the transfer of money. So things like the telegraphic transfer, like the bank statement or the bank guarantee will tell us the value of goods. And then the third type of documents are the logistics documents. These include the bill of lading, the airway bill, or the consignment note, or the insurance certificate. These would show us the details of the goods you have imported. And the last set of documents are the regulatory documents. These include the PIVOC documents or the import permits for restricted items. Now, the moment you have these sets of documents and you submit them at the point of declaration, URA will not change your value because the law tells us we use method 1. Now, there are other 5 methods which we use when there is reason enough for us to doubt the authenticity of the document submitted for method 1. And these include looking at identical goods and see how much identical goods paid, looking at similar goods and see how much they paid, looking at computed methods where we look at the cost of manufacturing and we work backwards, deductive methods where we make a survey on the local market prices, and sometimes we use the fallback method. Now, all these 5 methods will only be used where method 1 does not pass the test. And what are the circumstances that cause method 1 sometimes not pass the test? Sometimes we have people who bring very low invoices and they say, I bought the item at a discount. Now, for you to prove that the discount is genuine, you must bring the policy of the company showing that you got the item at the discount. And that many times cannot be proved. Sometimes people bring very valuable goods and they say this was a gift. Now, a gift essentially means it has zero value. And therefore, we cannot use zero value to assess tax. But sometimes there is third party, related party trade, where I'm your friend and I discount for you an item that should cost $1,000 and I sell it to you at 100. So we must also find evidence that the transaction was not between related parties. So the summary of your question, our dear viewers, is that keep the right documents, authentic documents, submit them at a point of declaration when you have imported goods, and we shall assess you the right amount of tax. In fact, the assessment is automatic. What you do at declaration, you enter the right HSE code, you enter the right description, and automatically the system will give you the amount of tax. And that way you will not interface with anybody asking to top up your tax or to reduce it, because you have used method one with authentic documents. I thank you very much for this question.
Buza Kamiso now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them.
From the hands that nurture the land to the minds shaping tomorrow, Value Addition is about advancing the well-being of people. It's about unlocking opportunities that create dignified work, strengthen livelihoods, empower families, and build resilient communities.
Kera doga koyo kampuni magidino ni timo mo ka ken mutie total magitele wi mo di paro pe dano gitika timo gin maber ni paro pe kwopa dano man ke gitika timo piny maber ni daro chan gudi kum dano.
In January I did my first harvest. From there I got some good honey, around 10 liters from only one beehive.
Project mo wati timune eni bojome total ni branch pe MSL ula hoko pa group yan chairman kumbeti board group kere wa me saving pedak yilu ida pitwa awa po chene ane wa tiar wa saving ai group wa chel wa romo no million maromo piare okuwie we kidwe ano at least watika nongo profit more like me 1.2 gini.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your area areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW project's services.
The GROW project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call